You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Days of Our Lives fans, I've got your early weekly spoilers for April 28th through May 2nd. We've got an EJ shooting shocker and Gabby twisting the knife. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. If you're not following us, hit that subscribe button. Let's get started as we always do on early edition day. We start with what's coming the rest of this week. So on Wednesday, April 23rd, we've got Gabby quite frustrated. She's talking to Javi and Leo about it. I'm guessing she is still salty about JJ Devereaux thinking that she shot EJ DiMera. And the thing is, you know, as far as the viewers see, she's really not in the clear. You know, her alibi was no good. So, yeah. And she's still feeling very angsty and very concerned about what Susan Banks saw when she touched her hand because she knows Gabby was at the mansion that night. Later, JJ talks to Javi and Leo at the pub. He may be testing the waters to see where he stands with Gabby. I would say in over his head at this point. Alex and Stephanie have a chat. They're wondering if they did right by covering for Sarah when talking to Xander. They took the heat. Phillip took the heat. Sarah has taken no heat. And I think they're going to agree to continue keeping it quiet, at least for now. It's also time for the hospital fundraiser and carnival. Kayla is hosting the Bachelor and Bachelorette auction. Stephanie is bidding on Hunky Alex, who's up on the block, but it looks like Gabby puts in a larger bid of $10,000. And then later at the pub, Stephanie's there with Alex. Gabby is putting her hands on Alex as JJ watches. So I wonder if she won him. Obviously, Alex isn't going to do anything with Gabby, but still, I think this is all about JJ. Kat runs into Thomas and Charlotte at the carnival, and Chad takes note of something during this interaction. Xander and Phillip are arguing when Xandy runs into JJ and Phillip at the carnival. Of course, they're still upset. Alex insisted to Xander that nobody was to blame but Phillip, and of course covered for Sarah. And so every time they have these interactions, it's risky for her. For some weird reason, Xander winds up taking off his shirt at the carnival. I don't need to know why. I'm just going to say thanks. And Sarah and Phillip also wind up talking at the carnival, and I think she's going to thank him for covering for her. But Xander sees them chatting, and he, of course, is on high alert. His spidey senses are tingling because everybody's been lying to him, and he may be close to figuring out his wife is one of them. Thursday, April 24th, Maggie begs Xander to be compassionate to those who wronged him. And of course, Maggie knows that Sarah is one of the ones who wronged him, and that's all going to be coming out in May sweeps. Kat and Chad are excited at how well the carnival fundraiser went. Sparks are flying. There's chemistry. And then Chad is going to have this epiphany where he just decides, I can't date. And I agree. He doesn't have closure about Abby. He doesn't know for sure if she's dead or alive because Clyde took that info into the coma with him. Kristen, sensing something off about EJ's demeanor, also comes on Thursday. He's out of the coma. He's still a little foggy, but obviously the clouds are going to clear and he's going to remember who shot him. But so far, he does not seem to recall who pulled the trigger, but I expect that to come into focus very soon. Also on Thursday, we have new recast Rachel Black making her debut. This is the same day Sweeps kicks off. Alice Halsey replaces Finley Rose Slater. And this also is supposed to be this or the 23rd. I've seen both dates, but at any rate, this week, we've got the first episodes written by the new head writers, but bear in mind, they are stuck cleaning up Carlavati leftovers. So this is not their holistically original work yet. That'll take a while. They've got to tie off all the plots he started that were still hanging when he got axed. and or decided to walk out. There's still some debate over how that exit happened. We'll see. JJ is hoping to reconcile with Gabby and move past her anger, but we still haven't seen what she did that night. And, you know, she's a massive grudge holder. So we'll see. We'll see how JJ does with that. Friday, April 25th, Belle admits something to EJ. She told him she loved him while he was comatose. And then she kind of sort of accidentally told Susan that she loves Elvis Jr. the other day. And of course, Susan blabbed it to her son. But when EJ asked Belle, they were interrupted before she had to answer. So she will cop to it, but that may or may not change the fact that she can't be with him because he is who he is. But he looks so good doing it. Paulina and Chanel do some bonding. Pauline is about to be a grandma again. Chanel's about to be a first-time mom. They are over the moon. There's still a signature missing off those adoption papers, though, and that's Johnny's. And he is having some huge doubts about himself, and he may wonder if he should even be a father, given the horrible origin of his own, birth story and all that. Sean gets some news about his dad, Bo Brady, the one he shot, and it looks like it is going to be good news. Meanwhile, Jada tells Rafe they should just call it quits, walk away, done. The week of April 28th through May 2nd, EJ's memories are unfogging. He'll know who shot him. And of course, we've got Susan in town. She's doing her psychic thing. She may just walk around town grabbing people. We'll see. I was so excited when she came over and told Kat that Gabby was mean. I don't think we could have an appearance with Susan without her saying the magic words. So EJ may have a good reason for holding back, and he may push the police off even after he gets his memories back. Rafe may be distracted by getting dumped by Jada, which looks like that's how it's going to go. But he really needs to watch that hidden camera footage from when EJ was shot. I mean, I don't understand why Rafe hasn't looked, particularly since Gabby was accused of doing it. And I do wonder, based on how the camera was aimed, if it will show Gabby at the back door, because that'd be pretty funny. And then Rafe would probably, crush that thing with a hammer, toss it in the trash. More good news about Bo. He and Hope are returning in a few weeks, more than a few weeks, less than a few months, like 6 weeks or so. I'll let you know the date as soon as I have a firm one. But Sean, of course, is going to be thrilled to see his dad, but he's still struggling with guilty feelings for shooting him. Jada has just gotten so frustrated with how things are going with Rafe, and she may run right over to talk to Sean after that tense conversation with Rafe, who of course slept with Sammy on the assumption that Jada was still sleeping with Sean. So maybe Jada decides to go ahead and hop back in those sheets anyway, since she lost her relationship, bottom line, and it wasn't Sean's fault. Tate's inviting Sophia to the prom, so Holly may invite Doug 3. Also, did anybody notice Sophia seemed a little hesitant about signing the adoption papers after feeling the baby kick? And also, for the guy who's now been fired that wrote that script, babies kick way sooner than the point she's at. If you're that big and round with a baby and it hasn't kicked yet, the doctors would have you in there looking at things. Why wouldn't he talk to a pregnant person or do some Googling? That's insane for her to be that round and just feeling the baby kick. Just side note, I'm sure all you pregnant ladies noticed, or ladies who have been pregnant probably noticed that. And the big question, will Sarah come clean to Xander before he hears it from somebody else or eavesdrop and hears it? Since he likes to do that, Sarah may lose her husband over this by letting everybody else cover for her. And of course, it's all getting worse by the day.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.